Today I'm joined by Jeffrey Coetzee, a military veteran, security professional, author and founder of Self-Defense South Africa. Many South Africans complete the legal requirements to own a firearm, but the question remains, does that automatically make you prepared to carry one responsibly every day? There is a difference between qualifying to own a firearm and demonstrating the competence, the mindset, and the discipline required for everyday carry. Through Self-Defense South Africa and the EDC permit system, Jeffrey aims to establish a voluntary standard focused on practical readiness, responsible carry, and preserving life through informed decision-making. Jeffrey, good afternoon. Welcome to the channel.
Hi, good afternoon, Rian. What a privilege to be joining you this afternoon. Thank you.
Privilege is mine. Thank you so much for making time for us. I appreciate that.
Thank
So,
you.
before we get into the whole Self-Defense South Africa system, tell us a little bit about yourself and your background and what led you to create Self-Defense South Africa, SDSA for sure.
Yes. Yes, thank you, Rian. Thanks for the opportunity that you are giving me today and affording, Self-Defense South Africa, this newly, concept, for South Africans. So in terms of myself as a young boy, I ran around in Cape Town. I grew up in the Cape Town area, prehistorically known as the Cape Flats. That is where, as a young boy, I matriculated in a place called Belhar, for the people that knows. And then from there, I joined the military. As a youngster, I did my basic military training and went through the military ranks. I mastered as an infantier, a mechanized infantier, and where I excelled up to, a mechanized infantry officer. Whether going urban, rural, or conventional, training exercises, operations, a little bit of external exercises, and self-defense through all of those phases of my career and my life has been central. From the first fight where I had to fight, someone off on the street trying to take my shoes or something off, until the day I wrote a book called Self-Defense Has No Rules. And this is, a natural path where over the past 10 years, I've been presenting self-defense levels 1, 2, 3 anti-hijacking here in the Western Cape. And this is an opportunity through Self-Defense South Africa to share what students have learned, gun owners, Section 13 gun owners have learned and acquired here in Cape Town at the Marksman's Nest, and share it through one benchmark, national standard, not interfering with what any other person has been doing, but specifically designed, as a benchmark for Section 13 licensed gun owners. Yeah. So yeah, self-defense, that's what keeps me awake every single day.
SDSA talks about raising the standard of everyday carry in South Africa. What problems did you identify in the firearms community that made you feel that a new standard was necessary?
Yes. Look, there's a lot of things that exist, When you receive your firearm license, a lot of people come in, and I've been working with people for just over 10 years. The question is always, what next? So we say receiving your firearm and your firearm license is not the finish line. That is the starting point. A license gives you the authority, to carry your firearm, but it does not automatically teach you preparedness, how to carry that firearm and how to go out. So proficiency test, that's good. It teaches you about the law and it teaches you about handle and use of a firearm, but it does not teach you, how to deal, with self-defense scenarios on your everyday defensive situation. So at SDSA, we believe that every responsible firearm owner should continue their development beyond the legal minimum. That means that understanding the law, improving, your shooting skills, learning how conflict avoidance, developing sound decision making under stress, and most importantly, understanding when not to use a firearm. So owning a firearm is about accepting responsibility for protecting yourself and the family around you. The
I
goal
like that.
is
And
not
it's
simply
a
to
very
just
big,
shoot. Yeah, not to just to shoot,
no,
but to be a better
exactly.
protector. Yeah,
You can't be a cowboy with a gun.
exactly.
Those days are long over.
Exactly.
Now, I worked my way through your website in preparing for this, and I noticed that one of the biggest talking points is this EDC permit that keeps popping up. What exactly is it? How does it work? How is it different from the standard handgun proficiency training required for firearm ownership?
Yes. We give you know, it's a pleasure to say that a lot of training academies outside there, they're doing a great job by introducing new firearm owners into the industry by giving, you know, meeting the basic criteria, which is your proficiency training and getting that certificate there. And that's good, and that will be there forever. But the basic criteria doesn't prepare the ordinary citizen outside there when you have that gun, when you ask that question, what next for your everyday life? So this is further training, further developmental training. This is being prepared, learning, you know, how to make better decisions, you know, how to be just being a good shooter, but to be a bigger protector for yourself and your family. If I am with your question that you asked me that day. So a firearm should never become just a source, you know, of confidence on its own. Your confidence should come from the knowledge that you acquire, your training, your discipline, and your judgment.
I like that. You've mentioned things like practical self-defense skills and making decisions under stress, because that part is vital. And one of my personal favorites, situational awareness, things like defensive movements and then responsible carry habits. Can you walk us through what a participant can expect to learn and be evaluated on?
Yeah. Look, first, before we get that, you know, a person gets, you know, in a very short period of time at your academy, you might get the basic fundamentals. This is how you squeeze the trigger. This is how you follow through on a shot, and that's that. You're going to get your certification. You can start applying for your competency certificate. You have your competency, apply for your firearm. The firearm arrives home. What you can expect when you get to a national benchmark standard, like I said, this is not replacing any other types of training that is there, but just creating a national benchmark through a partnership structure, and we'll get to that just now. Real scenario training, simulated training, so that when I see a person in X town and I see a person in Y town having this certification, you know, shooting is a perishable skill. Having this certification will have to establish that understanding that if a person says he's carrying this person, he's current, then the person would know, you know, that all those theoretical and practical aspects, real life scenarios, simulated training, and not just, we do training, you know, at different training academies, but it's not really a national, you know, benchmark for people carrying firearms for self-defense.
People can hear the word permit and maybe assume that it's some official legal requirement. Can you explain to us the legal position of your EDC permit that you're talking about? Who is it intended for? Why should I consider obtaining it voluntarily?
Yes, this is definitely voluntarily, and that's the word. It's voluntarily. This is your firearm owner who received his firearm or have his firearm for quite a while, that wants to step up, that wants to, you know, be involved, will have skills, and not just have that firearm, you know, in an environment where it is safe. Having the confidence to come out and walk around, carry a firearm, and make sure that you have a firearm, you know, for your day that you are needing it the most. So yes, it's voluntary. It is for the person that wants to up his skill, increase his ability, you know, learn about making sound judgments when the need to arrives, and making sure that knowing when not to use a firearm.
If I'm watching this video and I already own a firearm, but I feel that my training needs a kick in the butt because, it stopped the day I received my license. What's my next step? How can I get involved with SDSA, Self-Defense South Africa? Where do you offer the training? How do I find out more? Where can I find you?
Thanks. I was waiting for that. So getting involved with Self-Defense South Africa is intentionally straightforward. All right. We are building a national network. We start right there with accredited firearm instructors from Cape Town right up to the north, with partner, and we would like to call them partner training centers, academies, or partner instructors, who share one common vision, raising the standard of responsible armed citizenship or citizens in South Africa. A firearm owner simply visits our website, www.selfdefensesouthafrica.co.za. Register a profile. Profile will ask a few questions, and you will have to upload, at least the 3 basic things to our system, which is I'm a firearm owner, I've got a valid competency certificate, and I have a firearm for purposes of self-defense. All right. Pay the fee of $500 and await approval. Once approval is given by the SDSA officers, it's approved, and then the candidate will do a general knowledge assessment there online. Everything is online. Questions about this, nothing that you have to study with. This is really a straightforward assessment, maybe 60 to 70 questions, which is a mindset, safety. All of these aspects will be, dealt with in the different categories. Once you submit your test, you'll get an immediate result, which is your EDC test. The pass rate for that is 90%, and it's very, very easy to get it. Once you get your certification, that's something that you can print out immediately, from the internet. And whether you are doesn't matter in which area you will be in the country, there will be a partner instructor that will be notified of the new candidate that has registered in his area. Once there is enough, or 5 to 10, or whatever that firearm instructor can handle, the shooting range date will be made known. Shooting range date is known, and it's a 6-hour program. We'll start at 9 in the morning and finish up in 3, at least by 3 in the afternoon, dealing with mindset awareness, dealing with the fundamentals, doing holster endorsement, and dealing with aspects, body alarm, making decisions. That is the training process. Once it's done, the instructor uploads, the attendance register, group photo there. The student completes his profile online, and SDSA is notified, and your EDC permit, renewable every 2 years card, it's on its way. That is just in a nutshell. Everything starts with going up to the website, reading a bit on the website, understanding it more, and making a decision that this is for you. This is for me as a Section 13 firearm license holder in South Africa.
Oh, okay. So I can do it basically from anywhere in the country. There's a theoretical part, and then there's a practical part to it.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Last but not least, your slogan is, and I actually like it, preserve life, protect responsibly. We live in a country where emotions very often, if not mostly, drive discussions about self-defense. What does responsible armed citizenship look like to you?
Yeah, Rian, this is very close to heart, right? To me, responsible armed citizenship begins with one simple principle, right? Every life has value. Every life has value. The firearm is carried to preserve an innocent life, not to take a life. Responsible armed citizens are well trained, calm under pressure, and conform to a single standard for self-defense license holder. All right. They avoid conflict whenever possible. They understand the law, and they train regularly. We remain humble enough to know that carrying a firearm is not a privilege to be displayed. It is a responsibility to be carried with maturity. Our goal is that the firearm never has to leave the holster. That is our goal. If it does, it must be because there is no other safer or lawful alternative. No other safer or lawful alternative. That is why our slogan is preserve life, protect responsibility. Preserve life reminds us that we carry to protect an innocent life, including our own and those entrusted to us. Protect responsibility reminds us that every decision carries legal, moral, and lifelong consequences. South Africa doesn't need more licensed firearm owners. It needs more responsible, educated, disciplined, and accountable armed citizens. If self-defense South Africa succeeds in helping create those citizens through this standard and this training, then we believe we are making South Africa a safer place, one responsible person at a time.
I like that. For the viewers, as always, if you
Why
like
now?
the video, please click the like button. Please subscribe to the channel, help us grow to reach more people, and please smash that bell icon so that you can get notifications of new videos coming out. And as always, if you're interested in any of the training on offer, there is a link in the description below. Check it out. We look forward to meeting you on a range one of these days. Jeffrey, that's it from me. Thank you so much for joining us.
Rian, thank you very much. Yes, Self-Defense South Africa, I hope that we can sit here one day and look back and said we were part of making South Africa a better place to ensuring, a national standard there, not, changing anything that already exists, but contributing towards, the competency, the level of decision making, legal aspects, anything for every armed Section 13 license holder out there.